Are you a Reiki or energy healer looking to amplify all of your abilities really fast? Well, here are the 5 Antojai quantum alchemy tips that I give all of my students so that they can take their abilities to the next level. Doesn't matter if you're a psychic, a shaman, an energy healer, or other. Welcome to the Antojai Ascension community. If you're new to the channel, this is where you learn everything about Reiki, Ascension, energy healing, psychic abilities, and so much more. My name is Excel. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share for more of the juicy goodies that are coming up, all right? So the 5 tips that I teach people in my Antojai Quantum Alchemy course, all right? They're gonna be a little bit challenging for some people, but go with me. If you practice it, you're gonna see a lot of shifts in your reality. So let's get into it. Number 1, time and space is not real, all right? If you are a Reiki practitioner, particularly like, Usui Reiki or some other form of Reiki that incorporates a distance symbol, your form of energy medicine, unfortunately, is outdated. Now, if this triggered you, hear me out. The reason why it's outdated is because quantum science has already proven to us that time is an illusion in our mind. The ancients already knew that time is an illusion in our mind. We also know that space can be bent and space isn't as permanent as we perceive it to be in our 3D universe constantly. There are people who can bend space and time. They can get to places in a shorter amount of time than it would normally take other people because the way they think and see and perceive time in their mind is different. So the first thing you need to really realize to bring out more power in your energy healing is that time and space are not real. If you're using a distance symbol, you're incorporating time and space in some way. And you might be asking, well, how do I, end up not using the distance symbol if I've gotten so accustomed to using that distance symbol in my healings, especially when I'm working with somebody on the other side of the planet? Well, there's a lot of different techniques you can check out with that. You can definitely join our Antojai Ascension Academy to learn how to do more advanced tips. When you let go of time, you let go of the 8th chakra, which is depicted as a halo in a lot of religious art. So when you let go of time and you step into this halo energy, your 8th chakra, you are now practicing a higher form of Reiki that's automatically quantum in nature and shamanic in nature. You're doing shamanic Reiki or quantum Reiki at the same time the moment you decide to step out of time. Number 2, okay? You have to understand that your soul is not the ultimate collection of everything you have experienced. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm trapped in my soul purpose. I need to figure out what a past lifetime did. I need to understand what my starseed origins are. I need to complete my starseed mission. I need to do this. I need to do that. Always stuck in another lifetime and not focusing on this life right here, okay? This is the lifetime that you stepped into to start impacting the world. Yes, you have many other lifetimes with a lot of different experiences and knowledges that can help you reach your next level. That's not incorrect. But when you get trapped into another lifetime and all you're doing is fixating on that other lifetime so that you can bring out more of your magic here, you are no longer living in the present moment, which when you're not living in the present moment or in the now, you are automatically working in time and you're always traveling time to understand something else that is limiting you. The first thing I teach people is time. The second thing I teach people is that your soul is easily a trap to go back into time, all right? Because you're technically traveling all these different timelines, trying to acquire all this different information, coming back to this timeline, trying to integrate it all, and you're never actually stepping outside of the soul vibration. Yes, you can transcend your soul. A lot of times people think that your soul is the only thing that kind of like is left over after we have the physical body, but there's actually many other bodies that are part of your energetic system. Your soul is just one of them. So when you understand that your soul is not the collection of everything that you are, it's just a collection of experiences. The best way I like to teach people is it's like a closet. You go into that closet, you change an outfit, which is then putting you in a specific timeline, and you live that life. Ultimately, you can always come back to that closet, take off all your clothes, and be the ultimate divine being that decides to step inside of time and space to experience a soul vibration. If you're being caught up in the soul trap, all you're doing is creating more karma for yourself or pursuing karma. We are here to transcend karma. The only way you can transcend karma is by transcending time and not letting your soul allow you to get sucked back into the vibration of time. Number 3, Mother Earth, okay? The third most vital vibration that you need to really extend yourself in terms of your energy medicine is that Mother Earth is a part of your body. You do not live on Mother Earth. Mother Earth is not this thing that lives simultaneously with you. You came from the earth, you are then contributing to the vibrations of the earth. Therefore, Mother Earth is an extension of your body. If you are not taking care of the planet the same way you would be taking care of your body, then you're gonna start noticing that there is something that starts coming back to you, reverberating and giving you a specific experience. If you ever looked up Bruce Lipton and epigenetics, he talks about how dis-ease comes from a dis-ease with our environment. Our environment creates the conditions that we live in. So if you're constantly polluting, if you're constantly not giving a care for your neighbors, if you're constantly just thinking about me, what can I take out of the earth? What can I get out of the earth? Like the earth is just like a floating rock in space. That actually impacts your energy system. That actually lowers your resonance, and it ultimately lowers your health. So then it makes it a little bit harder to ground. It makes it a little bit harder to transcend. It makes it harder to really understand the cosmos, because you can't even understand the most fundamental celestial portion of yourself, which is Mother Earth, okay? And when you can't understand the most celestial divine portion that's immediately underneath your feet, you can't really connect to Mother Nature. You can't connect to sustenance energies. Yes, you can connect to life energy maybe through Reiki or something like that, but it's always gonna be like throttled, because you're not understanding the bigger picture. Mother Earth is more than just like animals and your neighbors. Mother Earth is the plants. Mother Earth is its orbit. Mother Earth is the environment. Mother Earth is the water. All these components are alive, thinking, and they have consciousness. Your interaction, your relationship with these components of reality are what's going to help you bend the material universe more intimately. 4. So the fourth one is your spirit, okay? Your spirit is a collection of energy. It's your spirit that then chooses to incarnate in earth. It's your spirit that then transfers itself into the soul, which then picks a timeline that you experience throughout your life, okay? So this is why your soul is not the ultimate thing that dictates who you are at a greater whole. It is your spirit, a pure energy consciousness that is connected to everything, that then comes through to have experiences. It's through the spirit that you can control something called mind over matter, where your thoughts are so powerful that they can bend reality and give you the things that you're looking for. The only way you're able to attain this is by understanding that you are not your ego, you are not your soul, you are not bound to time, and that your body is more than what you've given credit to, all right? So if you've definitely checked out my neurocodes help the planet kind of bring itself to a higher spiritual awareness, which then comes back to you to make you more spiritually powerful in terms of mind over matter. Your spirit is what technically puts the final manifestation into play. It's through your spirit that you actually create the divine synchronicities that you're creating. Every time you see 11:11 on the clock, that's a combination of your spirit interacting with your spirit guides. Your spirit guides exist at the 11th dimension primarily. Yes, they have different ranges that they can exist in, like 5th, 4th, 3rd, 18th dimension, but everyone that's spirit is traveling and connecting through the 11th chakra, which is your ultimate sense of being. A lot of times we think about the higher self as like this secondary portion of us that's having an out-of-body experience, but really the higher self is your spirit. It is what allows you to connect to everything and then reshape it into the thoughts that you have, mind over matter. Number 5, universal consciousness. So the concept of unity consciousness is one of those things that's actually really real. Like if you focus and you start saying, I'm gonna manifest something for the greater good of the collective, that manifestation is gonna have more power and more leeway than a manifestation where you're saying, I'm gonna create this for the best intention of myself. Why? Because the whole entire cosmos in general comes from unity consciousness, universal consciousness. If you ever studied Tantra, this is one of the first things in Tantra that you'll end up learning. And it basically comes down to, from the unity of everything that there is comes polarity, like male and female, black and white, evil, positive, you know what I mean? And there comes all the divisions that create the reality that we're experiencing right now that has a ton of different sways of polarity back and forth, so you can experience harmony and chaos. Now, when you're understanding that unity consciousness is not just the light, this is the most important one. A lot of times people think unity consciousness is just, yeah, all the light work and all the positivity and all the beauty in the cosmos. No, you need both positive and negative to really understand the full capacity of what unity consciousness is. And this is where I entertain people to start diving into philosophies and thought forms that are not your normal skill set, like things that make you feel uncomfortable. When you go into the things that make you feel uncomfortable, that's where you have an epiphany and you really do start understanding what unity consciousness is. A lot of times our own fear will stop us from understanding what unity consciousness is, or universal consciousness, and then you always have this kind of one-sided story as to what the cosmos is. Now, if you're always one-sided on what the cosmos is, there's always going to be a healer that comes through that outperforms you, or there's always going to be a situation that comes through that makes you feel like you're not capable of dealing with that particular situation. And it's because you have not grown your unity consciousness to become more expansive than your current story. A lot of times people think that they will fully understand unity consciousness from their current ego, their current personality, without having to do many other things. You cannot understand the full expansion of unity consciousness if you're bound to time, if you're bound to your soul, if you're bound to being ignorant to Mother Earth, if you're not recognizing that your spirit is connected to everything. That's what puts things into position. That's where you're gonna have a major lack in your reality, because you're not absorbing unity consciousness. When you're working with your clients, you should be kind of like calibrating what is in their mind. Like, are these people really stuck in time? Oh, for years I've been trying to like get over my ex. Time. Is the person really hyper fixated on their soul? I've been trying to complete my one soul mission for the last 7 years. Soul and time. That's a limitation. Are they expressing, I hate living on planet Earth. I cannot express to you how much I'm ready to leave this planet. They have a problem with their connectivity to their greater body. If they're always understanding that reality is harder to bend than what it is, and that their higher self sometimes talks to them or doesn't have the ability to really communicate, they're dealing with their spirit. And if they're always looking at reality from like, I'm a light worker and all I do is work with angels, and all I do is I never look at the negativity. I've had healers say that to me. I don't look at the negative. I don't deal with the negative. I only deal with the positive, because the positive is going to shift everything. Sure, it does to some degree, but it will not do it for the greater scope of many other issues that can manifest. So you can use these tips to help you calibrate. If you're looking to master these tips, in my school, my Antojai Ascension Academy, check out the links in the description below, where I walk you through the processes and the steps to master this. I give you the energy symbols, I give you the exercises, and I give you so much more, including a community of other people who are practicing this, so that you can start bending reality and evolving past whatever modality of energy healing you're practicing right now. If this was helpful, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you in the next episode, where we will just dive more into all the juiciness that you are here to embody. I'll catch you in the next episode.